What is going on Twitch? It is
Whoa.
what's up, Fawn? What is up, Fawn the legend? Yo, Twitch. Today we have a $500 Overwatch tourney. I'm joined by the legend. And if you don't know who the legend is, he comes with a name. I'm joined today by Fawn the legend. Fawn,
Thank you.
how's your day going? How's your New Year's going? Why don't you
New
introduce
Year's has been
yourself to the
going great.
crowd today, man?
Hi guys. New Year's has been going great so far. I mean, first 6 days of the new year already pretty much locked and loaded, ready to go. Lots of plans for this year. I'm Fawn the Legend. You can check me out on Twitch or on YouTube or on Twitter. And I talk a lot about video games. It's what I do, and I love doing it. I love being analytical. I love providing not only the energy, but more so the understanding it is that comes behind why we love video games so much. And I'm very, very glad and very grateful to be here. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm just happy to be here. Honestly, it's early, so I'm still
Amazing.
I'm still getting used to that. But it's all right. It's all right. It's no problem. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'm not a morning person, but I was like, all right, we got to
Yeah,
start
neither am
early
I.
or we won't get through this tournament. So let's break down what we have going on today, folks. Fawn
Mhm.
will be our play-by-play caster, bringing you the action on the streets once we get into the game. I'm Danny. I'll be your color caster / tournament operator / observer. So Fawn,
Absolutely.
if I stop talking, it's because I'm in the action, and you'll
Oh,
be
you're
my
fine, dude.
voice. Oh
You're
yeah, oh
fine, dude.
yeah.
It's gonna be an
So
overall chill stream today. So we're chilling.
yeah, it's gonna be super chill. Fawn, do you want to
Mhm.
introduce our first two teams? Do you happen to know the first two teams' names that are going up?
Sure. I believe the first two teams it is that are going up currently are. I just had this written down. Did I close my notepad? I think I closed my notepad.
I
No,
do it
I
all the
don't know
time.
who's going up first. Never mind. I don't know who's going up first at all.
Oh, cool. Well, I'll
Yeah,
inform you
yeah.
then. Our first
Thanks.
matchup today. Yeah, no, of course. Our first matchup today is going to be a team called War Crimes versus a team called
Mm,
Bearcats. Now,
mm,
on the War Crimes, we have Serpotic, Philly Cheese, Clem, Sub One, and Jay Chen. So that's the roster for War Crimes. I don't know if any of those names
mm.
sound familiar to you, Fawn, but Philly Cheese only rings a bell because I'm from Philly. So I don't know
If that makes
what
sense.
role would he play.
No,
Makes
not
sense.
a
Makes sense.
not a cra none of these are really ringing any bells to me personally, due to the fact that it is that I'm coming from high res for 3 years. I've worked quite literally all over the world. It's just a matter of like I'm trying to remember. There's only one name it is that speaks out to me, and I'm trying to think if it's the same aspect, but on Culver's chocolate concrete mixer. There's
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
named
That's a long
Aspect,
name.
and then
That's a long
yeah,
name.
yeah,
So are
and
we gonna shorten? How
Aspect.
do you, as a
Hmm?
caster, Fawn, as a caster, how do you handle big names like that? Like, do you actually say that name every time? Culver's
No,
chocolate
absolutely not.
cement mixer.
Unless it's funny, like I'll do it like twice maybe, and then like I'll shorten it to like an abbreviation. I might just say triple CM. I might just say that triple CM.
Yeah, triple CM.
Yeah,
There you go. There
yeah,
you go.
triple CM. Like probably.
Triple CM. I like that.
I'm not gonna go
Culver's
CCCM every
chocolate
time. So
Triple CM, triple CM. I love it.
triple CM.
Also, this is something normally we need to add custom lobby slots. Okay, sorry about that. I'm in the game adding slots right now.
Mm-hmm.
We need to add custom lobby slots. Okay. Sorry, guys. I am just going to get custom lobby spots. There we go.
You are completely good. No problem whatsoever.
All right. So what we're going to do, because we have the teams logged in, is we're going to switch our view to the lobby screen. And if you guys didn't know, Odd Man Out is being helped today by the Hollis Bane. My tech director is behind me here. Yep, there he is. Oh, this side. Hollis Bane is here today with us, folks. He's running TD behind the scenes. So if you see me looking over my shoulders or talking to
Mm-hmm.
somebody else, that's who I'm talking to. Hollis is amazing. He's the one making the magic happen. So Hollis has just switched us. You guys can see the teams. We have the Bearcats team logged in now. We have the captain Chu. We have Andog, Nacho, Rohan, and Lightning. Now, I don't
Okay.
know if Lightning is trying to get some brownie points with the Atlanta Rain logo, or if they just don't know that the have an Atlanta Reign ex-employee in the lobby, but either way, it made me call them out. So they did a great job.
We're also starting things on New Junk City, which means that we're going to have Flashpoint for our very first game mode.
Ooh, new game mode for anybody who doesn't know from Overwatch 1, right? I'm just waiting for final confirmation.
It's
why don't you explain Flashpoint? Yeah, Fawn. Do you want to go into Flashpoint while I wait for them to confirm?
It's actually a game mode. It is. I actually have really enjoyed playing. So essentially, what it is that you have is that you have to score. I believe it is a first to 3. One of the goals pretty much is that every time it is that you actually capture a point, there's a center point on each section of the map. Essentially, it is one big map, not first to 3. Excuse me, first to 2. There's a section on each big portion of the map. And you essentially have to vie for control of that objective. It sounds a lot like Capture Point, but at the end of the day, one thing it is that you have to be able to realize is the fact that Flashpoint within its own right, of course, is always a tug of war between both teams. The very first point, actually, no, I said it right the first time. It is a first to 3. What am I talking about? I said it right the exact back. I said it right.
You know exactly what you're talking about. You're the legend, Fawn. Don't doubt the legend. Man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. There are a total of 5 flashpoints, essentially. First flashpoint always starts in the center of the map. And then, of course, as a team manages to capture it, it's going to vie for control either on the left or the right side. They're going to try and constantly have this tug of war. But every time it is they do manage to capture a point, it's going to go to another portion of the map. Essentially, it's either going to be on it's normally the team who loses side normally gets another point opened up on their side of the map. It's always going to be able to bounce back and forth, but it never goes back to the center. So essentially, they switched from Flashpoint, so now they are immediately going to Lijiang.
We're immediately going to switch after explaining all of that. After explaining all of that, Fawn, they have you switching over to Lijiang Tower. Order doesn't matter. Okay, if you want it to look nice. Both teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's classic Capture Point. Like, we're chilling.
Classic. It matters to me. Oh my gosh, these players. I love it. I love it. So it looks like we're getting ready to load into the map. We have the R from Nacho. We have the R main support. Okay, cool. We're going to load into our first map. Ladies and gentlemen, starting the game in Lijiang Tower.
And also, once again, huge raid, by the way. Thank you so much, Baggins TV, for the 643-person raid.
Oh my gosh! It's a lot of Baggins with a raid! Holy shit, Baggins!
Very much so appreciated.
Thank you so much, Baggins. Oh my gosh, if you guys are new here, welcome to Odd Man Out Studios. We're putting up our very first Overwatch tournament of the year. Baggins is an old friend of mine. Baggins, I love you. I hope everything's going well. How has the stream been going?
That's so funny.
We're here. Do you know Baggins?
No. I not personally, no. But the thing is that it's the thing I was going to say was that I was like, this sounds a lot like Hyrule Castle, like on Smash, and I'm like, oh, this is Hyrule Castle. Like I thought I was mishearing it.
All right, I'm getting all my hotkeys, guys. If you guys see me swapping around, it's because we're learning. Guys, I'm so excited to have everybody in chat. Welcome to Overwatch 2. If you don't know about Overwatch 2, you're about to learn from Fawn the Legend. Fawn is going to kick us off with our first casting of the day. Here we go.
The floodgates have been opened as an already early Symmetra TP has allowed them to take center control over the point. The team in pink is currently trying to swing around, seeing if they can fight for control or at least gain some space to be able to contest it, but for the most part, Malga is eating a lot of damage. Philly Cheese low, but not out yet. Pushes in, and the Symmetra turret finds a first taste of blood. The May wall goes up to trap Malga in. They try and break it down, and the Kiriko is able to get the invulnerability potion down onto Malga for the time being. Healing right back up and trying to fight the Ramatra. Switching between, let's see, blocking and shooting. Wall goes right back up again. Malga charges his way right back on out. They aren't able to contest the objective, but they are able to find a little bit of opening damage. Stepping right back onto the objective one more time. It's Malga once again. Ramatra moving to the back line, gets put to bed just for a little bit, but Malga is letting the chain guns rip for the time being, trying to find his way back out of this objective, and he does. They manage to find first blood on the side of the team here as they try and find their way out. War Crimes loses 2, and the next 3 might be soon to fall. Klim goes down. Subi managed to get heal back up for a little bit. Philly Cheese is there, but Subi and Philly Cheese both go down. Great point play for the team in
What
ping.
an
Bearcats are doing a
incredible
great job.
first team engage, Fawn. I mean, have you the new tank Maga? I haven't actually seen him in action too much, but those chain guns are deadly.
They are, yeah. And of course, the interesting thing is that, of course, you can you can use one or both of them. If you use both of them, it actually ignites the person it is that you're fighting. So, with that being the case, it means that he can have a lot of, he can do some damage. If anything, manages to get caught in the May Blizzard for the time being. Kiriko trying to find damage to the crack in the wall, but the window is up once again. Bearcats find 3 or find 2. They'll find their third in the form of Subi as Kiriko goes around, keeping everybody up and alive. The biggest issue it is that they have right now in terms of encroaching upon this defense on the side of Bearcats has everything to do with the fact that it is rough to be able to out-sustain. Maga out-sustain the team it is that they have, of course, too. He's got an Ana and a Kiriko both backing him, and that is a big deal. When they pop the shrine, it's going to be even worse. Manages to get Symmetra TP right on in, see if they can try and drop Maga again, but this is what I'm talking about. It's a sustainability. Great adaptation from Bearcats so far as they're trying to stay out and away from the point while healing Maga at the same time. Both of those healers can absolutely do that. They're playing that long range. Maga has not gone down, still living, still surviving as Rohan manages to find another kill based off of the Sojourn ultimate. Finding their way right back on in again, manages to crack down from Maga, but doesn't find anybody on the stomps. Instead, keeps the damage onto the opposing side as they are forced off of the objective once again. The sustainability is hard for them to really contest with. It's really difficult. It's hard. This is what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, that is not a fun time to go in there and look at all that firepower and cooldown ability coming your way, Fawn. That can't be an exciting thing to jump into.
No, not at all. I mean, of course you see Maga.
We have one last time for an engage, right? There we go. We got Tracer.
Of course, just sort of how it is, and trying to keep on the pressure for the time being. Gets the shots in. Clem, they actually are going to lose their first team member on the side of Bearcats. One of their healers is down. It's a huge pick. Rohan goes down next as they try and move their way right on in. They change the squad up a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Instead, they are going to be able to stagger out May here at the very last moment. They do find the kill and are finally able to set their feet on the point just for a little bit. 20% already available to them. It was 17 before they had managed to recapture it, but this is a chance for them to be able to hold as effectively as they can, with May ult being the only thing available for Bearcats currently.
Great second engage. We have a match on our hand, folks. 99%. We're gonna see if Blue can come back here on the third engage of our evening, or morning. Sorry, it's morning.
Hey, I understand. I get it. I feel you. I understand. I'm trying to play ring around the Maga.
Those chain guns are just terrifying.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. Oh, now you're stuck in the cage. You're not stuck in here with you. Oh, great Blizzard on the back of the Bearcats. They find so many
That's incredible.
For cleanup, including the fifth one they managed to get to.
Out. You were just talking about, Fawn, the Maga ult that locked everybody in, but the May Blizzard comes in at the end there. My goodness, what an amazing first round. Wow. Fawn, we are in for an incredible day of matches, my friend.
Oh, 110%. Because we're, like, just to put it out there, it's the fact that, like I was mentioning before, it's just not sustainability. Because you saw when multiple times where war crimes do try and make it onto the objective, Maga is the only one that's there, but he's playing in a situation where his back is open from 3 different angles, and you saw his whole team peel off of the objective. That's sort of the beauty of the team it is that they have. Maga can sit there and absorb as much damage as he wants to. Meanwhile, Nacho and Lightning are doing their absolute best to make sure that he was topped off at all times, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, hey, he kept him healed up. That's exactly what's going down here. And they used the Lucio to try and get there early, too.
Right, the movement speed is going to be huge here to get us in position for our first engage here.
And try to see if they can find their way right on in, looking for Kiriko in the back, but I love it, the rotation around. Everybody got
purple. My gosh, really picked!
The incoming push, that's actually a huge and big deal on the opposing side there. War Crimes do manage to move in. The Kiriko nade came in a little bit later, but that is a big deal. I love the aggression on the side of War Crimes. They wanted to push around in the back, try to see if they can get some damage off, and they did. They got a huge, but the unfortunate part was that they got a huge purple on like 3 members of their team, and the Kiriko nade came in a little bit too late, so they weren't able to capitalize on the rest of that. They ended up dying soon after.
We're witnessing some real war crimes today, Fawn.
Absolutely. Like, hey, listen. And unfortunately, it's not on the team with the name War Crimes. It's the Bearcats.
Right.
Some genetic mutation, obviously. The fearsome animals of the Bearcats. Coming out through once again the Maywa, at least taking no prisoners, making sure that Jay Chen is locked in. And he is taken down in the same breath. 35% for the Bearcats. As the rest of them are slowly trying to whittle their way back on in, seeing if they can find some early damage. Not really trying to go for anything else except for waiting for their team to come back, see if they can push in again. They're trying to debate on using this Lucio to try and go in, but the thing is that Kiriko was already way too low. Manages to get the nade through the crack. At least able to get a little bit more, but thankfully the purple stalls them out. Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly what I'm talking. Oh, great kunai from Kiriko, but they end up using the shrine to counteract the push.
Wow, what an amazing... This is how you use your cooldowns, Fawn. The timing that these players have to counteract these moves is... I don't think some people are watching, you just can never truly understand the cooldown efficiency until they break it down for you.
Let me see what's going on. Oh, here we go. What are they cooking with currently?
Out?
They pop out the shrine, they drop the beat as well, and they want to make sure that they can at least find a pick, but so far no picks found. Instead, you're locked in the cage with Malga. Clem finds one and doesn't manage to find another. Instead, Lightning finds two. Hey, who says we don't love an aggressive healer? Tries to pick off one after the next, and Bearcats clean things up, dust your hands off.
Healing, let's go, Kiriko.
Absolutely,
Lightning.
We love it.
I mean, Kiriko, people underestimate Kiriko's kunai, but there we go, Bearcats with the day, which brings us in to our next map. Fawn. How do you cast so fast? That was incredible.
How do I cast so fast? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's just I've gotten used to seeing it, man. I mean, like I've gotten used to seeing it for quite a bit. I casted. Yeah. I actually worked for Hi-Rez to cast Paladins for like quite some time. I casted for them and did some Smite community tournaments for about 3 years. So I'm used to seeing it. Most of what I do nowadays is fighting games. Those games have always had my heart. I've been doing fighting games.
Now, fighting games meaning 1v1 fighters.
Yes. Well, fighting games being 1v1 fighters, or is essentially depending on what it is you're talking about. I'm not going to get into the dorky stuff here, but we can talk about a team fighter.
Hey, man, listen, we are all dorks. We are all dorks here, Fawn. I think what's interesting about your casting, and like, dude, I want to talk about you because you are amazing.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I wanted to ask you. Yeah, no, of course. Like, what are the differences when you're casting a 1v1 fighting game and a game like Overwatch that's 5v5?
I would say that in a lot of different aspects, when it comes to casting a 5v5 game, you look at what's happening overall instead of looking at each individual fight, unless it's something worth pointing out. Like if there's something happening on the side that's a 1v1 that can change the tide of a fight, or they might find a pick that might be unsuspecting, that of course is something that you want to make sure that you highlight. But in a 1v1 fighter, you have more time to sort of be like, well, I'm not going to say that actually. You actually have to be pretty quick as well when you're commentating, and you want to make sure you hit on the big points, because fighting games are a lot like chess in the sense to where it is a vast majority of different moves to sort of work towards the end goal of the game, which is me beating you or me winning. So it's actually very, very interesting to see this sort of like this difference between the two, but it does make sense. When you're casting a one-on-one fighting game, I mean, like things go by pretty fast, but you have time to talk more about the technical aspect of what's happening in a 1v1 fighting game, because people are there to hear about that. So
right, dude. I thank you for that insight, Fawn. How long have you been casting for, man?
About 5-6 years now. Actually, I think it's 2024 now, so I think it's been 6 years. Wow, that's been a really long time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
we're
been a
picking
while.
our map now.
No, you're okay. You're okay. I've been all around the
place.
Going
to Midtown, it looks like. Well, this is a fun fact, Fawn. I used to work in Overwatch League. I was a director of content for the Atlanta Reign. Fun fact. Fun fact. Hey, yo, Hollis. Let's do Fawn facts next stream.
Fawn facts? That's crazy.
Fawn facts. So we're gonna head to Midtown, gang. Oh, I thought we were gonna head to Midtown. We're gonna head to Midtown, gang, as soon as I turn off Li Jiang Tower.
One thing is,
if we want to switch over to our observing view, to the lobby view, I can show you guys kind of how I'm setting up these maps. So we're heading over to Midtown. Let me ask the teams if we're ready. Wait.
I was more so wondering, like, one question in particular. So you worked in Overwatch League, and I'm just like trying to figure out
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what's
Ask away. Map is Kings
okay.
Row. Okay,
So
we're gonna
my
go to
biggest
Kings
question
Row.
is why did they go so hard in the early in the Midtown opening song?
Mm.
Why did they do that?
Mm.
Have you heard that
Um,
opening song? Like for when you first pick the map, it's a crazy beat. I don't know why they went so hard for that. And there's no full song. There's no full version either. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Oh, and then they switch it because I said that. Unfortunate. Merry Christmas, I guess. Kings Row Winter.
is it? Are we doing Kings Row? Sorry, Kings Row's map. Cool.
Hmm.
Not winter. Not winter. How do I change
Oh,
that? Let
not
me
winter.
change it. Hold on. Kings
Okay.
Row.
We're not feeling
Well,
jolly today.
I like to give. I like to give the players Kings Row. I can't. Oh, not Kings Row Winter. I
You
see
can.
what you guys are saying. I got
Yeah.
you guys.
Hmm.
We can pick our Kings Row. Cool. No winter.
Love it.
No winter festivities. It's off. The players are arguing to run winter. We're not going to. Okay. Are players ready? So you guys are getting some behind the scenes of like how a tournament is operated. They are funny. My team being unjolly right now. Yes, they are. They're ready. So we're gonna get into our match. Sorry, I didn't even answer your question, Fawn. There's a lot of
You're
things we can
completely
talk
fine.
about with Overwatch League. We should do a podcast. Would you be down to do a podcast with me about it?
Sure, I've been on a podcast before. I've been brought
Cool.
on as a guest before. I could do that absolutely. The only thing
Yeah,
is I
we'll
wanted to talk
about it, 'cause
about
I would
was
love to
like
talk about. Go ahead. Yeah, we
so.
have 20
Oh
seconds.
no.
20 Yeah, go for it.
The only thing it is that like it wasn't even a question about Overwatch League. I was just talking about why they went so hard on the Midtown opening song. Like, have you heard that when they picked the
Oh,
map?
why'd they go
Yeah,
hard on that? I
yeah,
don't know. I'll be honest with
brother.
you.
It's
I
like
don't know.
like it's like 30 seconds to a minute.
Sometimes, dude, as a creator, dude, I just know sometimes I hit like a flow and sometimes a banger just comes out. You know, you just go hard.
I guess
You
so.
just
Like
go
the pin
hard.
was on
So,
fire when they made that. I'm just saying.
oh yeah. Yeah, that person was just in the flow state.
Okay.
Sorry, my players are saying it's quick play rules, but that's fine. No defense for them. Shit. So how do I pause match? Hold on, guys. Let me show lobby real quick. Settings, modes. 1
It
second. This is
happens,
a
y'all.
technical timeout from the operators.
You're good, fam. Like it
Kuda,
quite
I'm gonna
literally
go
just
to
happens.
Kuda real quick.
Hey, listen, it's
Hey,
hard.
what's up,
You ever been in a
Outliers?
situation where you got to TO somebody? You got to like be a tournament organizer for a little bit. It's hard. Don't blame you at all. Even the simple things. Hope everyone is enjoying this nice little early morning Overwatch tournament as well in the chat. Make sure you guys got some water. Stay hydrated. Drink some coffee if you want to. I can't drink caffeine, but I hope everybody enjoys their early mornings. Stay hydrated. Get some snacks. Get some early fruits.
Time
Great
fun.
overall.
Wait,
Oh, it's time?
are you good?
Yeah.
We're in. All right, so there's. You chose the wrong fucking map. Oh, we're in Hollywood now? Kuda, you're fired. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody, just for a fun fact, Kuda, who is playing for the Outliers, my Overwatch team, fun fact, Overwatch, Odd Man Out has secretly been fielding an Overwatch team. So this is that we're trying them out today, Fawn. Kuda is my GM, and he's the GM of the Outliers. So he's the one that's helping us organize this. He's been phenomenal. He's learning a lot. Outliers, I'm bouncing out. Good luck. So yes, that is my GM. You guys can see the team kind of working together and how an esports tournament actually comes to fruition. We're hopping into the map now. Thank you so much, Hollis, for switching the cameras and muting me and doing everything beautifully behind the scenes.
Team singing Christmas carols. They're feeling jolly today. That's good.
I can confirm. I've been in their Discord. They are singing Christmas tunes. I can confirm. We got some Mariah Carey. So this is Kings Row, everybody. Moving into the first round. They're assembling their players. Fawn, let's talk a little bit about Kings Row and the objective for Kings Row. So explain to our viewers who maybe doesn't know what's going on. What is the objective for Kings Row?
So the objective for King's Row is so a little bit similar to the last thing it is we just saw on Lijiang Tower, where there is a first capture point it is that you have to worry about. However, after that capture point is where things differ. The round is not over. This is Escort is the name of the game mode it is we're talking about here on King's Row. So once they capture that point, it is up to the team, the offensive team, to push that cart as far as they possibly can in an optimal situation, push it all the way up to the end on 3 different points, 3 different checkpoints it is that they have to make, and pretty much see if they can win the game from there. It's up to them to escort that cart as far forward as they can. They're actually playing a little bit more back, not holding that immediate first push instead. War Crimes going for a little bit more of the on-site protection than they are trying to stall them out, trying to get in. They've already made it on. Once again, Malga putting in the work. Same composition, quite literally same composition as we saw last time in the last game on Lijiang. They do have to back up. Rohan manages to find 2, or Lightning finds 1, but they are pushing them out time and time again. It is rough out here in these streets of King's Row. It's rough out here in London.
It is out here. It's rough in London. I didn't even know this was in London. Thank you for reminding me that King's Row takes place in London. Any Londoners in chat today?
Shout out to all my Londoners out there. Shout out to Beans on Toast. I can't... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say that. Because to me, I have a lot of British friends. A lot of people over the pond. And I still can't get behind Beans on Toast. Oh, but Clem can get behind that kill, though. That's actually a huge pick for them. It's not gonna mean as much as they did get the pick because their spawn is right next to them. They are close to their spawn already. Since they managed to capture the first point, they have this escort going on. The spawns it is they have also push up depending on the checkpoint it is that they have. In this situation, King's Row is just 2 long checkpoints. Normally it's 3 that you have to worry about, but King's Row is 2 very long checkpoints, trying to see if they can push in here using the shrine to see if they can get something started for their team. Moving in, Clem does manage to find 1, finds a second one as well. Bastion rips through. We're talking about the prowess of modern ingenuity. What does all this high-tech technology and sci-fi-ish means when we're shooting somebody really fast? I don't think it really matters much. I think gun versus high-tech technology works every time.
Fawn, I think you should write an Overwatch fanfic one day, dude.
What's the fanfic about? That's a lot.
I don't know. Maybe Maga and how everybody hates him, because apparently nobody likes Maga right now. He's too good.
Yeah, get out of here, Stinky. That's gonna be the first line of my fanfic right there. Great May Blizzard as well to stall the push for Maga already. They are diving in the back. Sub managing to find 1, but Jay Chin is taken down by lightning. The window goes up. Serpodic does manage to at least get not 1 but 2. Finds the Malga, finds the Kiriko, and Clem's already off popping off doing his own thing. As Sub manages to show him who's the boss in the mirror match here. As they are able to at least clean things up.
Now, I wonder about the mirror matchups, Fawn. Do you think in Overwatch the mirror... Explain what a mirror is to our viewers, if you don't mind, as we get into this next engagement.
Okay, so when you wake up in the morning and you go into your bathroom, hopefully you have a mirror there. When you look in it, you know how you see yourself? Yeah, that's exactly what a mirror match is, essentially. Whenever you play a video game, when somebody is using your same character on the other side, that's a mirror match, essentially. Back during GOAT's days, there was always mirror matches. Like, you have mirror teams. We have like
remember GOAT? Like everybody mirrored GOAT.
Nice. Manages to move right on back out.
Need more
doesn't want to get taken down too far.
I could get more Rohan POV. As Rohan dies.
Listen, Clem
we have
clapping him up.
Another wipe coming out. Another wipe coming out from War Crimes. They are holding Streets phase under Arch here phenomenally, Fawn. That choke point, for anybody who knows in Overwatch, Arch is very hard to break through, especially in a mirror matchup like this with walls and shields and Bastion fire coming in from every angle.
Yeah, for now, Bastion is trying to... is pumping out too much damage. It's getting to the point, quite literally, where it's like Bastion's doing too much damage, more than they can heal. That's exactly what almost happened to Malga once again, but the May Blizzard to counteract the Malga, they are finding plenty of kills coming up. It's coming up blue for War Crimes here, as Sojourn tries to slide right on in, but unfortunately, they get picked off, aren't able to find a kill of their own. Currently, they're only sitting on Kiriko Ultimate on the other side, so, they still have cooking. There's gas, I'm smelling it in the air. They're not cooking anything too crazy yet. They do have something in the back pocket in case they need to use it. But 3 people on the side of War Crimes have their own ultimate.
And here's the Rohan POV the audience
There
has
it
been
is.
asking for. Let's see if Rohan can get some damage down.
Clem
That
finds
arch
another
is
one.
so hard to break through, Fawn.
Oh man, Clem once again trying their best to make sure Kiriko can stay connected to the spirits by sending her straight to the spirit realm. After a clean kill on the initial push off of that ultimate, it's not too bad. The shrines may be open, but the gates are closed to anyone else it is who might try and find this objective on the card. Rohan trying his best to see if he can find some early damage. He's trying to peek, but it's the shielding, it's the damage, it's everything coming, it's all coming up blue, like I said before. Ramacha moves right on in, but we know what that Maywall is good at doing. Isolating their targets, no problem whatsoever. Pops in the nano as well, trying to find the damage. Jay can, but that sound barrier, that beat dropped a little bit too hard for Rohan to be able to get through it. They managed to find another pick as well. That's 3 down, 4 in the side of Rohan. War Crimes are holding this extremely well, actually.
Now we see a little bit of spawn camping happening by the War Crimes. This is the kind of trolling we love to see in Overwatch, folks. Getting up in your enemy's face, making sure they can't get out. This is what you like to see.
100%, yeah. Oh, that Maple is effective. Speaking of which, I just mentioned
another
it.
2 blizzards out at one time, Fun!
Absolutely. We may not be feeling too jolly. The Christmas season may be over, but it's still cold as hell outside. Manages to at least find 2 kills. Philly Cheese goes down. The Serponic loses the Immortal Field for the time being, but it's still coming up on the side of War Crimes. Bearcats have to find their way in. They're doing their best. As one of them is playing up top. Who is that playing up top? One of them, I think, is playing up above, I believe. I don't know if it's Rohan or who it might be. I swear I heard somebody up there. It was Hanzo. Hanzo just dropped down immediately after that. Chu is killed by Clem, but N-Dog finds sub. And back-to-back time again, looking for their opportunity. Hanzo drops right on, and they don't know he's behind. He could get a huge pick here.
The Hanzo gets the double kill, Rohan!
Rohan finds 2. Can he find the 3rd? He does. An arrow straight into the body of Lucio. Bearcats. Great push from there. Great push from them. Bearcats. So that's why Hanzo was playing up top. I was wondering, because I'm like, I know I just heard somebody up there, but Rohan managed to drop down and then went right back up and over, right behind him. They had no idea that he had dropped right behind him. That was a great drop in from Rohan to net his team a potential chance at rolling this one in. They can make it back, though, so it's not over yet.
It is not over yet. The overtime clock is ticking, and we see War Crimes trying to get the last hold here, but Rohan with the positioning on Hanzo.
Oh, twin dragons.
That is a scary dragons going out. It doesn't get any picks, though.
No, it doesn't. They manage to keep themselves alive. Rohan moving right on in. The sound barrier to be a little bit more aggressive. I like that. Not using it to counter out the ultimate. Instead, using it to cement their point here as they're trying to move in. Clem trying to find the damage. Not going to be able to find enough to be able to get a kill, but he did find something. Well, unfortunately, Bearcats has found a lot more.
Side of Bearcats. Wow, Fun. They were stuck in Arch and just completely were able to keep their momentum rolling into this final point, going into the final capture here. I wonder if we're going to see any adjustments on the side of War Crimes, or if they're going to stick this meta. We have a mirror matchup between Sojourn. So let's see if Clem can get some damage off.
And of course, Philly Cheese Philly Cheese and Lightning both being on the Lucio as well, finding a lot of value out of him, but he does get picked off. Mention his name, and unfortunately, unlike Bloody Mary, he does not show up. Instead, he gets taken right back down. Rohan finds one as they try and find their way around the corner. Lightning manages to find one of his own. They want to push in here. They have the gas pedal already set to go. They're reaching 90 miles per hour, speeding down the highway, trying to find their way in. The spawn traps have gone out. Jay Chen caught lacking, but the immortality field keeps him alive for a little bit longer. There's still 2 on the car, so they aren't finding a way to make it back on. The ultimate economy is all spent. We cash it out, baby. We got plenty of money already saved up in the bank. We're going to be cashing this one out for a win on the side of Bearcats. That's 3-0 for this first point. This first round, excuse me.
My gosh, the economy may be in a recession in real life, but we have an incredible economy booming in Overwatch today, Fox.
Hey, thanks for video games. Yeah, shout out to video games for that.
Shout out gamers. Shout out gamers for keeping our economy booming. Wow, Fun. What an incredible match. At first, it was looking like they weren't going to be able to break through Arch. That is such a hard choke point to get through with Maywalls and shields. But they managed to do it because of Rohan's crazy flank through the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, like genuinely, like he managed just to find three. And of course, I mean, like this is a team game, right? I mean, while Rohan did do an amazing job with that, of course, there's still the rest of his team that is able to pick up and make sure they're able to find their fights where they need to, not even necessarily get the kills. They were able to get the kills still, but that flank with Rohan really did turn that whole thing around because they weren't able to recover from that point on.
That, and we can't understate the value that Lightning had on that Lucio last round. Being able to speed boost his team up through the chokes was integral to that strategy working. Without that speed, these guys may not have been able to create the momentum needed to actually cap that overtime point.
Yeah. And I think it's also really good too because we're talking about a scenario where not only did Lightning manage to do that, but they also managed to get a sound barrier for the aggression's sake, just so they could find that first checkpoint, so they can get that extra time. And it worked out really well for them.
Absolutely. So now we get to see War Crimes take the offensive here.
They wall trapped them, but not in the spot they wanted to be in necessarily. Finding damage. Lightning does get the kill onto Klim. It's a pretty big deal. Transforms for Ramatra here. Trying to find the damage that he can. Still looking for better opportunities. Popping damage into one after the other. But not able to find much here on the side of War Crimes. Right now, they do have to try and find their way back in. Ramatra did make it in. Finding a little bit more forward space so that way he can at least try and lead his team to victory here. They are all behind the statue. Let's see how they manage to make this work for them. Puts up the wall as well. Perfect way of catching out Mei, but she's got that ice block, keeping herself alive for a little bit longer. They want to make sure that they can try and get that Mei. That's who they're focusing on. They do manage to find her, but for one, they trade things out 1 for 1. They get Baptiste, but they managed to get Ramatra on the other side. 2 War Crimes find 2 while they've only lost 1. Looking for another one here in the form of Rohan, and they do manage to find the Hanzo. They see if they can get the last pick here on Lucio, sit back down on the ground. Unfortunately, those light up sketchers are not helping you here, my friend. Them Healy strapped on, but they are not getting you out where you need to be.
As soon as that enemy tank went down, Fawn, the battle became so much easier for War Crimes to push in and take that space. But their ROM is back, Fawn.
It is. They are back, but I don't agree with that. Lucio did a little bit too early.
Here, and we're down the Mei to defend here, or to attack.
The unfortunate part is that Lightning went in way too early and managed to get himself killed. And the unfortunate part about that is that now we see Ramatra all the way in the back. He went in a little bit too early. That's like the big problem, is the fact that that happened, and now they were staggered out. They were missing one healer on that retake, and now they're escorting the payload. I like this play. Ramatra pushing up a little bit more along with Lucio because they want to make sure they can get past this arch, like you were saying. It's hard to push past, so you want to capitalize.
I mean, both teams, though, you can tell, Fawn, they're putting in their all here. This is an extremely back-and-forth match so far that we have here, and this is only our first match of the day, folks.
Absolutely. Looking for opportunities here. Trying to find what they can.
War Crime's doing much better on time bank, too. They have 4 minutes in their bank to push through Streets phase.
Absolutely. They made it pretty far up, too. Blizzard, they already heard it, yeah. Oh, good wall as well. That immortality field is not going to work out as well either. Yeah, it's hard to get through that. Trying to find a way to flip around the corner. Okay. Yeah, it's the Mei Blizzard forced them out. The wall made it hard for the immortality field to get through the tiny little crack that was present to him. The only very small line of sight. Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on. Sub was all the way in the back. Wait, did anybody see that? Sub is all the way in the. He just look at him, and then Rohan manages to get the kill, but Sub, because I was wondering, I'm like, he's losing health over there. Is he actually winning most of that fight? And he is. He found a pick, and that was a pretty big deal too.
It's about finding the opportunity, Fawn, and taking that minute and making a split-second decision to give your team the best chance of winning the next engagement. So we got 2 minutes, 55 seconds on the time bank, rolling smoothly through Streets. Bearcats has to mount a defense here because they only have 24 seconds left for their whole repush if we complete this match.
Yeah, Ramatra does have his ultimate. They want to make sure that they push it a little bit more forward. The minute Ramatra goes in, he's going to pop that ultimate. He's not going to pop it quite yet. He wants to utilize it as a counter push or a counterpoint to the enemy team. They managed to get rid of the immortality field on the side of the Bearcats. Lots of damage, but he's going to pop that ultimate. Got lots of value, but a great boot from Lucio keeps him from capitalizing on what could have been a really, really bad scenario for them. Both Ramatras dealing with their ultimates, but it ends up losing one. Jay Chen does go down. The Battle of the Ramatra only leads with one victor. Those mirror matches only lead with a cracked mirror at the end of it. Chu, Nacho manages to find the cleanup kills and the retreating members of War Crimes. And they do manage to make it out. So they do have to play retake here. They've got 2 minutes to make at least 5 meters, potentially even 10 meters by the time they get back to this next objective so they can get that checkpoint and get some extra time.
Absolutely. The Bearcats have done an amazing job at creating space here. They have the positioning. They have a little bit of room here to create this, to keep this space. But if Jay Chen and Luz and Philly can break in here, up the May to slow him down.
Ultimately trying to find their way right on in. See what they can do off of the Ramatra. The May Blizzard does go out. They try to see if they can at least lock people down for the time being. Chu is kept in the right side, and Dog goes down, and May tries to make their way right back in, but they can't do that, unfortunately. There's two that actually are in really bad spots. Rohan's up on top, and he's looking low. Lightning is down too. Rohan does get taken out. Just what I thought would happen. Chu has no ice block, so they do find another kill, and War Crimes make that first checkpoint here in what could potentially be a final push for them, depending on how Bearcats want to respond. Ooh, voice crack.
Now we got 2 minutes to come into this third checkpoint, like you said, Fawn, but as we know in Overwatch, anything can happen, especially in these mirror matchups. One poorly used ability could make or break this match.
Absolutely. The window goes up, great May wall.
That May wall just reducing the damage going through Bap's ult there.
Oh,
an amazing kick by Rohan.
Yeah.
Set up like a book.
Yeah. That Sonic Arrow putting in a lot. That Sonar Arrow putting in a lot of work too. Trying to see if he can find picks on the way out as well. They don't, but he does have 2 double dragons here, so you do have to be careful.
And we can see the pace slowing down on the side of War Crimes.
Too big of a commitment. The May Blizzard, the Twin Dragons, it is a big problem here. Philly Cheese does get taken out. Rohan brought down to not only 1 but 2. Nacho finds sub 1. Serpodic, Jay Chen also go down. That's a full-on team wipe.
At the team wipe, and the Bearcats are not giving up this point easily. They are making War Crimes have to you know, complete some atrocities in order to get every meter here on this map. For our last engagement here with a minute on the clock, maybe two more engagements if played right.
Trying to find their way right on in, puts up his hands, tries to block a little bit of the damage coming his way, and Dog doing his best. Hasn't even popped his ultimate yet, still holding on to it as well, which is a really big deal for this neck. It coming push, but a May wall and a great May Blizzard coming through might be the tail end of this. Who do they find? They find Lightning, they find Chu, and Dog pops his ultimate to try and live, not necessarily to fight, but gets taken down as well. Jay Chen found 2 off the back of his own ultimate, and that is going to be game for them. Puts up the wall, the perfect opportunity. Lucio makes his way right on in, tries to boot him off, but it's not even going to matter.
They're burning the clock down here, Fawn. We got 14 seconds. They actually got less time bank now.
Put so much time on the clock. Tried to see if they could make it in through the left side, but that May wall kept them from doing that. They weren't watching the right. Lucio wasn't close enough to contest. A minute versus a minute 20. 20 extra seconds could potentially go a long way. You never know.
3-3.
Oh, there's not a stream delay? Good to know. That's fine. We don't need a stream delay. I will answer that later. But we are heading in to overtime now, folks. We have a minute on the clock for, who is this, Bearcats? No, a minute on the clock for War Crimes. We have 120 for Bearcats. You can't get a closer match than this, Fawn. I mean, 20 seconds. 20 seconds. It's not that big of a difference here for these teams to really go through several chokes. I mean, Kings Row is not a forgiving map if you're on the offensive.
It's not. It's really, really not. So I'm interested to see, once again, not really much diversity in terms of who it is that they're picking. Once again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's not me blaming the teams for picking what it is that they're picking. It's a good comp. and it's working out very well for them. I'm just trying to see how they're going to do on this first push, because this is where they were stuck for majority of the time, and now they have a shorter time. I'm talking about War Crimes more specifically. They had a really hard time doing this at the first playthrough or the first time around. So I wonder how they're going to work this around.
3 seconds coming out of the gates. If you're just tuning in, this is the final rounds of our first matchup between Bearcats and War Crimes for the $500 Odd Man Out Creator Clash Tournament, casted by Fawn the Legend.
Hey, thanks. That's me.
Oh yeah, bro.
And I just found some
you.
good damage. 72 already charged up in the bank. Going to push that. I like that. I already knew. I knew exactly what it was.
Smoke, not
in the
letting
water.
any distance. Amazing pick on the Sojourn matchup.
Yeah, they managed to get another one too. Yeah, they clean house with that one. 100% clean house on that one. That was really, really good. I already knew Clem was going straight up top when they had that charge. Who is on the cart currently? There's 10 seconds left. Are they going to back up? Or are they trying to get an early pick? Oh, somebody's on the cart. Okay, at least one person's on the cart for now. They managed to get a great wall as well. Clem finding good damage, but nothing super crazy. Tries to charge their way out. Almost got booped back into a bad scenario mid-slide, but instead still finds an escape here. What are they cooking with right now? Payload trying to make their way forward the window. Let's see what it is. Who's peeking through for now? Sojourn peeking through as best as they can. Tries to find the damage. May Blizzard goes out. They manage to build it up, and they found 2 kills on the back end of that as well. They are backing off because of the May Blizzard, which is not the best opportunity for them, but he gets the ultimate just in time. Jay Chen manages to find not only his ultimate, but an extra chance at life here, knowing Lucio's coming this way as well. Trying to see if they can find the pick on Lightning. Might just ignore him at the end of the day. Let him do his own thing. What an amazing time so far for War Crimes. They're doing really, really good on these aggressive pushes, building up the ultimates very fast, utilizing a lot of their ultimates very effectively as well. It's just chef's keys. Doing a very good job of making sure that they have this aggression. Close playing a lot more aggressive it is than I saw them before previously as well. Taking a lot of these more forward angles, these higher up angles as well, making people have to forcibly contest them, right? Having this angle right here is really rough. Unless, of course, you get jump peek like that and they get headshot. But I mean, hey, well, you can only do so much, right? Sometimes it really do be like that. Sound barrier, 2 ice blizzards. Yeah, facts. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much. Okay, that wasn't a bad push, honestly.
That was a great push. Great push for our first round. That's going to be hard. If they don't come out with that same speed and aggression, Fawn, it could very well turn into a full hold here on first point.
100%. And they've got to. I wonder, are we going to see a change here? Because of the fact that they know how aggressive they have to play.
Swaps happen, right? We saw a couple of swaps. We've been really seeing them lean into the mirror comp, so I'd be interested to see if they change anything up. And as we are talking in chat and setting up, we are getting our second match of the day loaded in, folks. While this one ends, we have another match coming up right after this between SFG Basilisk versus Culver's Chocolate Concrete Mixer. That will be our next matchup as soon as this match is over. So stay tuned, folks. This is only match 1 of the day.
Yeah, and dogs going back to Malga. They're going back to the tried and true in the very beginning.
Go, I'm typing in chat. And here we go. War Crimes on defense. They just have to hold this for 1 minute and 20 seconds to tie it up.
Absolutely. Find their way right on Malga. Going around the corner here, trying to see how much it is they can keep pressure for the time being. See if they can move right on in. They do manage to peek around the corner for a little bit. Slides right on back. Still looking for a good opportunity here as Malga is soaking up a lot of that damage. It's the same thing it is, like I said, the tried and true. This is what they had at the very beginning, and it's working out for them real well right now. Again, Clem trying to play around, seeing if they can find a good enough pick to at least stall this push from Bearcats right now, as they do see that there's somebody around the corner, but oh, Sub gets picked in the first engagement here on the fight, on the point. Okay.
It looks like Bearcats is going to actually take them off the first objective. War Crimes has to hold them, Fawn. If they don't hold them and win this game, then we already have War Crimes going to our losers bracket.
Absolutely. Clem might swap back to Bastion, maybe on their first death if they get the chance to do so, trying to see if they can at least zone out Malga for the first time, but they don't. The wall goes up, but they break it just as quickly, and now he's back at full HP. No problem for the big boy.
Nacho's doing phenomenally here on the Ana, the unsung heroes of many Overwatch matches. Clem with the opening pick on Rohan, though, here.
They managed to at least see what they could get with from this. Peeks around the corner. J-Chin did get purpled as well as Sub behind him. But still, they have the Nano Swarm, and Malga almost has the ultimate up. He does manage to trap up one. The sound barrier does go down. I think that was another purple. I think it was a huge purple. Once again, on the side of Bearcats, Nacho doing a great job at that. The cage, the purple combination. They tried the sound barrier to counter it out, but it did not matter.
Bearcats looking here to secure their spot in the next round. Moving the cart slowly but steadily towards that final checkpoint that marks their entry to round 2 in our tournament. While War Crimes trying to stay in, if they can tie it up here, if they can hold before this checkpoint, Fawn will have a tie-breaking round.
A
lot on the line here, folks.
Both of them popping. Last engagement for sure. Throws out the May Blizzard, but with that wall and that Blizzard, Rohan manages to find 3, finds a 4th one. That is a 4-kill going all the way, a 4-piece, going all the way towards Rohan there at the very end of this match. War Crimes will be going down to the losers bracket.
Yeah, there we go, folks. So, do not worry if you are a fan of War Crimes. They will be committing atrocities in our losers bracket coming on later today. Remember, folks, this is a double elimination tournament. We want everybody to get knocked out and then have a chance at getting that $500 fucking dollars. I said it. I cursed on Overwatch. Let's go. $500 fucking dollars. Grand prize. War Crimes. We will see you in the losers bracket. Bearcats, congratulations.